Detailing 101. Let's talk about organization and storage. My name is Ivan, this is DIY Detail. Today we're going to be going over this cart to show you first how we built it, but also why we built it. Organization is key to being efficient, and efficiency breeds quality. The more efficient you are in detailing, the higher quality you're going to put out. That quality translates into having tools ready, available, and organized for you. This is what this cart does. We've had a lot of questions about our little detailing carts. We thought we'd make a video describing how they were built, why they were built, and how they function. First of all, the base unit of this is from Harbor Freight. Now, if you're not in the USA, there's a lot of companies that sell carts that are very similar, and everything I'm showing here, you can adapt to the cart of your choice. The cart is a very basic tool, not expensive. One of the questions we get most frequently is about this. The bucket holder. Where'd you get the bucket holder? Well, we actually made it. The bucket holder can hold our standard wash bucket like this, or the pad washer. So any standard 5-gallon bucket will fit into it. The dimensions in this are very simple. First of all, it's a piece of plywood, nothing fancy. Below it are shelf brackets from a local home store. They're actually designed to hold a closet rod. So this indentation here is for a closet rod, happens to work well to hold our power cord and a bottle of polish when we're using it. And then it's a nice solid bracket meant to hold the shelf and the closet rod. The dimension of the hole is 11 3/8 of an inch. So we'll measure it here. So 11 3/8. Very simple, that will fit any bucket. As long as it's a 5-gallon bucket or 6 or 3.5, any of the standard dimension buckets. If your buckets are different, just measure the bucket, cut the hole appropriately. The width, we just went with the width of the cart. To hold the brackets, we're actually using the screws that hold the cart together. So once again, very simple, nothing fancy there, just makes it a lot easier to use. For the bottle holders, again, very simple. We've chosen, obviously, to make the holes for the DIY bottles. Dimension of the holes, 2.5 inches. So get a 2.5-inch hole saw and cut the holes to fit the bottles. This piece of plywood, again, just screwed in. Same plywood as this, you can choose your color. We had some red paint and we did that. The other modifications to the cart and to hold these 4 bottles, this is a magnetic holder designed specifically for glove boxes. So it can hang like this, but in our case, we have it flat to the cart. It holds these bottles in place, they don't move around. Now, the other innovation or fun thing that we have is this little holder here. The polishers can sit in here, so the DA sits there, the rotary sits there. Very simple. They sit there with ease, nothing fancy. And again, just a piece of 3/4-inch plywood. So from a small piece of plywood, you can get all of these accessories for your machine. Once again, the screws that hold the cart together are what hold this on. No additional hardware necessary. Very simple, easy to use system. Now going around to the front. There's a drawer that comes on this cart. There are different carts on the market. Some have multiple drawers, and if you do have one with multiple drawers, even better. This one just has one large drawer. In this drawer, we have different items. We have our temperature gauge. We have various brushes. We have coatings, batteries for the battery operated tools, R&D products in our case. Below it, we got this little shelving unit at Walmart. Now it came with 3 drawers like this. We only used 2, obviously. It fits beautifully in here. We did have to cut the front of the cart. Not a big deal. We're not carrying a lot of weight there. In the drawers, we keep pads in one, towels in the other. This little box is to put our dirty towels. From there, let's take a look at the back. At the back, we have a power bar. Again, it's a magnetic power bar. This one happens to have a USB plug and various plugs. The machines actually stay plugged into the power bar at all times. The extension cord that's there stays plugged in as well. When we're ready to use the cart, deploy the cord, plug it into the wall. The cart follows us around the car as well as our tools. They're always plugged in, ready to go. One of the concerns that some people have is if I put pressure on this, is it going to topple the cart over? Well, I have to put maybe about 60 or 70 pounds on there. More than enough to be able to clean your pad. If you're putting that much weight on your pad, you have a problem. The cart has wheels that rotate on 4 sides. There's locking wheels if you want to keep it in place. Other items in detailing efficiently are what I'm sitting on. Having a cart. Now, a cart may not seem like a big deal, but it is. This allows me to be low on the vehicle without being hunched over, without being bent over. I have room for my tools here. It's easy to maneuver, and I also have a proper posture. Posture is extremely important in making your detailing comfortable and efficient. The other thing is having your buckets on wheels. Now, having your buckets on wheels may seem like a little luxury. It's not. It makes you more efficient. Instead of walking back and forth to your bucket, if you take a bit of time, you can actually train the buckets to follow you around the car. Normally takes about 3 weeks to train a bucket with wheels to follow you around the car, but once you've trained it, it's so much better. This particular setup has room for bottles all around. We can have both types of buckets. We have 2 buckets. You can actually expand this to 3 or 4 buckets if you'd like to. Seems a little excessive, but some people like that. It can also be made in a single bucket version. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas about organization and making your life easier detailing, please leave them below, and we'll see you in the next Detailing 101.